All right, ready to dive into some history.
Always.
Okay, so today we're tackling Liechtenstein.
From what I've seen, it's going to be a wild ride.
Definitely ancient Rome, Napoleon, world wars, those Russian exiles, all in a country that's like seriously tiny.
Yeah, it's amazing how much they've packed in. You've got some Wikipedia stuff and a timeline, right?
Yep, super helpful for keeping everything straight. First things first, we're talking microstate here. Liechtenstein is small, but it's been around for ages. Like, is it true there was a Roman road through there?
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. Roman legions marching through what's now this peaceful little country. And speaking of borders, that Rhine River has been there since like 1434.
Wow, that's a long time.
It was the border between the Holy Roman Empire and the Swiss cantons back then. Crazy how it's basically stayed the same.
Talk about staying power. But eventually we get to the Liechtenstein family, right? They're why the country even exists.
Yep, the whole reason. But they didn't actually start there, did they?
No, I don't think so.
Nope. Their story starts with Liechtenstein Castle over in Austria. They got it way back in the 1100s, like early real estate moguls or something. Bit by bit, they bought up land in what's now Liechtenstein.
Schellenberg in 1699, Vaduz in 1712. Why was that so important?
Well, both of those places, they were directly under the Holy Roman Emperor. So by owning them, the Liechtensteins basically got themselves a seat at the table, politically.
Ah, smart move.
Definitely. It bumped up their influence and their prestige, no question.
And then 1719, bam, the Holy Roman Emperor makes it official. A whole principality named after, you guessed it, the Liechtensteins.
It's a legacy, for sure. They saw a chance and they took it. But creating a country is one thing. The 1800s, talk about a wild ride.
That's where Napoleon comes in, right?
Exactly. His troops marched right into Liechtenstein and lost.
Wait, what? Seriously?
It almost doesn't seem possible, this tiny nation standing up to Napoleon's army. But it happened.
They weren't messing around.
Yep. And then they had that whole German Confederation thing to deal with. And then on top of that, 1848 hits, revolutions all over Europe.
And Liechtenstein's right in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah. Demands for a constitution, power struggles, economic uncertainty. It must have been chaotic.
And then they disbanded their army, 1868. They declared themselves permanently neutral.
It seems crazy, right?
Especially back then. Was that like some idealistic thing, or was there more to it?
I think it was a calculated risk. Declaring neutrality basically took them off the board as a military target. Big gamble, but it paid off, especially later on with the World Wars.
Like say, you guys do your thing, we're setting this one out.
Pretty much. And it became a huge part of who they are, how they survived.
So 2 world wars, and they stayed neutral through both of them. That's incredible.
Right. Especially considering where they are, right in the heart of Europe.
But I bet it wasn't easy.
Not at all. It wasn't exactly peaceful. They had economic problems, food shortages.
Makes sense.
And even some political stuff going on internally.
But they stuck to their guns, so to speak.
They did. They really held firm to that neutrality. And then after World War II, guess this, they gave asylum to a bunch of Russian exiles.
Wow, really? Talk about a bold move.
Oh, the Soviets were not happy about that, let me tell you.
I bet not.
But Liechtenstein stood their ground. They wouldn't compromise their values, not even for a superpower. It shows real commitment.
To human rights and all that.
Exactly. And courage, facing down that kind of pressure. So yeah, I mean, I can see why you find their story so fascinating.
It's pretty amazing. Okay, so after the war, things change, right? Economically, I mean.
Big time. They become a financial powerhouse.
How does that happen?
They remember those low corporate taxes you talked about?
Yeah?
That was a big part of it. It attracted businesses from all over the place.
So Liechtenstein becomes this global finance hub.
Pretty much. It's wild to think about this tiny country playing such a big role in the world economy.
Like they turned neutrality into an economic strategy?
You could say that. And then there's that story about the mountain.
Oh yeah, the mountain they gave away. To Switzerland. What was that all about?
The Elhorn Mountain. Kind of a funny story, actually. There were these land disputes.
Oh, okay.
And Switzerland was putting on the pressure. They were threatening to end the customs union they had.
So Liechtenstein's like, fine, take the mountain.
Well, it was more like a gesture of goodwill, but yeah, they ceded the mountain to smooth things over.
Wow. Give away a whole mountain. That's some serious diplomacy. Okay, so they've got the mountain, they've got the money, they joined the UN, the EEA, and they're making changes to their constitution, too. Seems like they were really stepping onto the world stage.
They were becoming more international, but also figuring out their own internal stuff.
It's a tough balance.
It is for any nation, especially one with a history like theirs.
Speaking of balance, they legalized same-sex marriage not too long ago.
Yeah, big step. Shows how much they've changed socially.
So they're open to progress, moving with the times.
Yeah, definitely not stuck in the past. And I think being a small country, things like that, they happen through dialogue, community involvement, you know?
More direct, maybe. But it must have some unique challenges, right? Being so small in the 21st century.
Oh, definitely.
So much history, so little time. But where does it all lead? What's Liechtenstein like today?
Well, it's this fascinating mix. Tradition and progress all rolled into one. They're still a principality, but they're also very much part of the modern world.
They found that balance, huh?
Yeah, I think so. They're still a big player in finance, but they've also been branching out. Tourism, high-tech industries, things like that.
Makes
And
sense.
being in the EEA, that shows they're connected to the European economy. But they've still got that close relationship with Switzerland, too.
Independent, but connected. What about the politics, the monarchy, all that? Is that still a big issue?
It's always a topic of conversation, that's for sure. But I think most people accept the prince's role, especially after that referendum in 2012.
Oh, right, where they reaffirmed his veto power?
Exactly, like they found a compromise. Tradition, but also democracy.
It's tricky. And socially, they seem to be moving forward, too. Same-sex marriage, that's a big deal.
It is. Shows they're open to change, adapting to, how things are evolving.
Right. But even with all that, being a microstate in this day and age, it can't be easy. What kind of challenges do you think they're facing?
Well, for any small country, staying independent, staying relevant, that's a challenge in a globalized world. You've got economic ups and downs, geopolitical stuff shifting all the time. They have to navigate all of that.
I hadn't even thought about that.
And then, of course, there are the things everyone's dealing with. Sustainability, the environment, climate change, especially with all those mountains.
Yeah, good point. But they seem to have a knack for, like, rising to the occasion.
Oh, totally. Their whole history is about resilience, finding creative solutions. I think they'll keep adapting, keep thriving, no matter what comes their way.
So if we had to pick one big takeaway, what would it be? What makes Liechtenstein so special?
It's how they've defied their size. They've carved out this unique place for themselves in the world, and they've made a real impact. It's a story about strategy, sticking to your values, and being open to change.
And maybe a little bit of luck, too?
Maybe, but it also makes you wonder what other stories are out there, just waiting to be discovered.
Hidden gems all over the place. Well, on that note, thanks for taking this deep dive into Liechtenstein's history with us.
My pleasure.
We hope you've learned something new and maybe even gained a new appreciation for this incredible little country. Until next time, 2016.